I've been through a lot, and my trust has really been battered.
A lot of things that go on with me aren't right.
Sometimes it's like too much. Nobody could deal with some of that stuff like that.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a new video for you because everyone is talking about Britney Spears at the moment. Hashtag free Britney, because Britney has been under a conservatorship for a long time and her father is corrupt, to say the least. So get ready to pay close attention, grab a snack, and wash it down with some hot tea. Okay guys, honestly this video is not tea because I've been following hashtag free Britney for a very long time. I've been a fan of Britney Spears ever since I was a little kid. I used to go to her concerts. I stan Britney. But as you guys know, Britney Spears has gotten a little bit quirky over the last couple of years, and some people question whether she's okay or not. I mean, even Tinashe tweeted out like hashtag free Britney, and she's worked with Britney several times, so I have a feeling that she knows her like low-key personally, because it doesn't seem like Britney Spears is allowed to be around anyone besides her doctors, her management, her father, and her boyfriend, that I low-key feel like they pay him to be with her, but like maybe that's just me thinking too far ahead. In 2008, Britney was put onto a conservatorship, which is a legal like guardianship where her father actually controls her entire life, including her food, her clothing, her finances, her shelter, everything going on in her life. Her father has complete control over it because the courts gave him control over it. You guys might remember, if you're old enough, back in 2008, Britney Spears was 5150, which means you go into a mental hospital, but she was being held there like involuntarily, and from that point she was just highly monitored by her whole team, and honestly her demeanor has completely changed. Imagine having this video going around of you going into an ambulance, going to the hospital because you are so mentally unstable. And I don't think that she is necessarily a mentally unstable person, but the situation she's been put in has led her to be so. But when you take a little deeper look into the files involving this conservatorship, you'll see that her father actually claimed that she has like dementia, and that's why she is being like taken over by him, which is totally not the case. Britney Spears definitely does not have dementia, and when you think about someone who cannot like support themselves and unstable and that has dementia, that person isn't over here doing residency tours and performances and albums and music. These people are usually people with disabilities, so I feel like they are falsely claiming that Britney has some issues that she actually doesn't have. At this point in 2008, Britney Spears was going in and out the hospitals, and it was really like questionable what was going on. And if you look at the like resort, not, I almost called it a resort. If you look at the rehab that they sent her to, it has 1 star, and there's literally a review online of a woman talking about how she went there after her divorce, and it was a horrible, horrible experience. So when she was sent to this mental hospital, I think something fishy went down. I think she's been put on a lot of medication, and she really doesn't make any decisions for herself. A lot of this just scares me because if you do go online and her TikToks and her Instagram, obviously the videos are really weird, but you'll see people will literally comment, "Wear yellow in your next video if you need help," and she'll be wearing yellow in her next video. It's just kind of questionable. Like, that doesn't seem like a coincidence. I think that you're low-key asking for help, but I don't even think she has control over her phone. I read an article one day that her manager and management supposedly completely control her phone, so she can't Google anything, she can't post anything. Everything she wants to post has to be like filmed by her management and then approved by them before it goes online, which is really weird for a grown woman, mother of 2, and she's not like 20 years old. Like, this is a grown woman. She can make decisions on what she wants to post or not. Going back to 2008, it was a really rough year from jump to end. but she ended up with the most awards at the VMA that September for her Blackout album, I believe, which was iconic, like still one of my favorite albums till this day. But like, what type of woman who is so unstable and can't take care of herself is winning all these VMAs, having such a successful career. Like, she's obviously doing okay, and her father is taking advantage of her situation. The same month that she won all these VMAs was the same month that she was put on her permanent conservatorship, I hate that word, conservatorship, by her father, Jamie Spears, who I believe is just using his daughter for fame. I mean, Britney's mother and her sister Jamie have both spoken out against their father because they believe that he is a bad influence for Britney and using her for the fame, the wealth, everything, because Britney grew up poor. They didn't have much. Britney Spears literally was the breadwinner for their family, and that's a whole nother video because the child labor is unbelievable and she should have never been put in this situation. She doesn't even realize that her life is different. Like, it's not like a normal person's life, Britney. Like, your life is pretty weird, and she doesn't realize that because she's always just being analyzed and have doctors around her, and she's like, what is normal? Like, I don't know what normal is. I've been working since I was a little kid on the Mickey Mouse show.
What's weird?
Your life. Do you know it's weird?
It's all I've ever known.
I've been through a lot, and my trust has really been battered.
A lot of things that go on with me aren't right.
Sometimes it's like too much. Nobody could deal with some of that stuff like that.
Britney has talked about in her documentaries that her life is way too controlled, and that's why you guys need to sign the petition in the link in my bio, because we need to keep talking about Free Britney, because if we don't, will she ever be freed? I have no idea. Is she even capable of getting out of this situation? It's been like, what, 12 years that she's been under this law order by the judge, and her father has control over everything she does. I think she's being fed medication that make her delirious to the point where she can't even speak up for herself, not because she can't, but because she's being put on so many things at one time that maybe if she didn't have all this stuff in her system, she could tell us what's going on, but she's being put on so many things, a whole cocktail of things, to keep her just confusing and ditzy and, you know what, the moneymaker at the end of the day, which is weird because they're always like, Britney will never work again, Britney will never drop another song, yet I feel like they're trying their hardest to get her back to work, get her in the studio, get her performing, and it's honestly sick because a lot of you guys call out the situation on the maltreatment. Like, you can see Britney Spears is obviously not there. Her makeup is always smudged a mess. They put her on these medications that make you bloated because she's working out all the time, yet she's still got a little bit of bloat, and that's usually a sign of having a lot of medications like that. So I do feel like there's definitely some corruption when it comes to Britney's care, and I think that's evident now. It's more of like, what are we gonna do to save her? At the end of the day, it's just really sad because this woman has worked so hard her entire life, and if she wants to go buy a brand new green dress, like, she should be able to go do that. Like, it looks like she has no real say in what she does. She's never seen out in public by paparazzi anymore. She's never seen doing things. Like, the only times y'all ever see her is in a video where she's dancing around, which is usually edited in some type of way to be sped up, because for some reason her management loved to just speed up Britney and make her voice sound a lot higher pitched. Like, I remember there was one time where she was singing in her living room and they literally sped up the video. You could tell because the video was going in a circle and her vocals were a lot higher because they sped up the video. They want to do anything in their power to hide how Britney sounds, to hide how Britney's actually doing, to make Britney look okay when we can totally see through that, and you can tell Britney's not okay. Another thing you guys have noticed is on Instagram, she loves to put little timestamps like, this was taken on June 21st. This was taken a few days ago. This was taken today, which is kind of weird to like constantly include in your captions when this video or this photo was taken. So I definitely feel like there's a message behind there, and you guys have been tracking this. So thank you guys so much for just bringing light and bringing up these new things, because I've been following this story for a long time. I've had a video on my iMovie just ready to make this video about Britney because I've been concerned for some time, and after seeing a trend today, I saw some new things like the whole dementia situation. I was like, wait, hold up, I need to make this video. It's not what I normally would talk about, but you know what? I just talk about whatever I truly care about and feel passionate about, and I totally feel passionate about Britney Spears and her health because she was thriving at one point. She was like my favorite singer, and now she's just like struggling. You guys might actually remember a few months ago, one of her sons actually spoke out and said that he does not like his grandpa, aka Britney's dad, and that Britney needs to be freed, that she's being controlled, she doesn't like him, and that was a breath of fresh air because these children are finally old enough to be like, you know, my mom can't speak out, but I can speak out for her. And I think that's really powerful, and we need to focus on speaking out for Britney and trying to get her help and pressuring the judge to drop the conservatorship, because I think it's unnecessary. I think you guys agree. We don't need her father to be controlling her life, because I'm pretty sure her father is just as corrupt as the whole music industry, and he's just another person trying to use Britney for money and bang in the buck and just getting their coin at the end of the day. And it doesn't matter how Britney feels, whether Britney's happy or not, because maybe she doesn't know what happiness is. She's been working since she was like 10 years old. This girl like is so just like, I don't know how to say it. She's just so, she's done so much in her life and she's seen so many things, yet she's still so like sheltered, and she doesn't really understand the emotions that a lot of us like have and feel, and the rationale and things like that, because everything has been so just like babied and hand holding her entire life, that like after Justin Timberlake and Kevin Federline and all that, she's just been kind of in an air bubble. And I feel really bad for her, because I don't think she gets to do anything she wants to do, whether that's music wise, career wise. I think everything is being just assigned to her and she has to get it done, and if she doesn't, she's getting more medication. So there's a lot more to this story, but I wanted to share what I have and what I learned today, because I truly do care about Britney Spears. I love her like till the end, till the world ends, and I think that we need to keep talking about it, because back in the day I was like, the straights aren't going to care about this. Like, no straights are going to be talking about this. Like, who cares? Like, whatever. But like, we really actually do care. I truly care. Her music is a bop, and I do think that she is trying to get through to us in some type of way through her social media. We just can't always like read the signs. I mean, maybe I can read the signs because I see it. I mean, look at the posts that she posts online. These are, one, very weird, but also very similar in a way. It's always someone who's trapped behind, trying to get out, trying to, you know, get to the other side. And part of me like questions like, how did Britney find these pictures? Where is Britney like finding these images? Who is Britney telling to post? There are so many questions that are unanswered, and I think her past documentary series, which was featured throughout this video, and things like that are just another way for her management to try to cover up what's really going on with her. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you check out my main channel, my second channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.